So tell me, if you walked into an airport and you were holding a boarding ticket and you looked down, the boarding ticket said Flight 666. You walk through the airport, you look up at that big board, and your destination, they always say them 3 letters, HEL. And it's Friday the 13th. So you're holding 666, going to HEL on Friday the 13th. Would you get on the plane?
Minus the fact that you said that it was Friday the 13th, I would think it was probably like April 1st.
Yeah, it'd be a joke. That's horribly bad, right?
Yeah.
So would you get on the plane?
Yeah, I would get on the plane.
You would. So that's funny, because when we were in Cancun, like, almost a decade ago, we watched the movie Bounce, and you wouldn't get on a plane the next day.
That's different.
It's not different.
It's different.
How?
How is it? We were in the middle of a hurricane.
But this is Friday the 13th.
We're in the middle of a hurricane, okay? Picture it. Hurricane. I had the hurricane 30 miles from the resort. What is the only thing in Mexico that they're showing? Bounce, Titanic, and The Perfect Storm.
What the fuck does Titanic have to do with anything? We
They're
weren't
all
getting on a
people-
boat.
Why are you yelling?
Because they need to hear me on the camera.
But I'm right here.
But they're not.
I'm talking to you.
Go.
That was all I had to say. Yes, I would get on the plane. I'm not superstitious. I would get on the plane. It was sticky. Sticky.
I do not know what's sticky. Alright. Cut! Which we don't really cut. And I'm going to tell you why we don't cut.
Because we're hardcore.
Well, I don't know if we're hardcore, but we don't believe in second takes. We have a one-take rule. And you're thinking, this is your first video. It's really not. We actually have a lot of videos, but just not on this channel. The difference was all the other channels were based on my gaming channel, which started with me putting Call of Duty videos up and people just watching and whatever, liking, not liking. So one day I decided to bring On With Me. Big mistake.
For you.
Yeah, because all of a sudden people wanted her in every video, but there was also a part of the audience that didn't, that was there just for me. So it became like,
who?
I'm not going to mention names. My point being was not everyone wanted to be there to hear the two of us. So we would get on, we put Call of Duty up, we would do this. We would ramble through weird news and get on each other. Some people loved it, some people hated it. So I started thinking, all right, well maybe I need 2 separate channels. I need one where I can beat her up, let her think she beats me up, and one where I can talk some serious shit about gaming or video games or whatever else. But the rules stay the same. It's one take, and it's no dead airtime. You can't do it.
You can actually hear crickets
You
outside.
You also can't be like, and I want to tell you. Remember that time where you can't do it. You need to talk. Which, lucky for me,
You don't fall short?
she never shuts the fuck up. My point being is if I run out of things to say, it don't matter. There will never be dead airtime. It will always be exciting, fun, to the minute, ba-bam, ba-bam, ba-bam. There is never dead airtime, is there?
No.
Yeah, no. I didn't have to even wait for that response. So that's just how it's going to be. So, if you like some banter, if you want to see some male on female eroticacy.
That's not what this is about.
Oh, that's not. Okay. What is it about?
I don't know. I came home from work tonight and he was like, guess what? We're making a video.
Well, at least I wasn't like naked being like, guess what? We're making a video.
Yeah, I wouldn't have made that video.
Why not? Did you see what it did for Kim Kardashian? Perez Hilton. No. Paris Hilton? Perez. I don't want to know what kind of sex video he'd make. But it's done a lot of good things for a lot of people.
Up, yeah,
it's supposed to be Paris Hilton.
Okay,
but see, there we go. When we mess up, though.
If that were to happen, then I would be discovered. Now I can't have all of this with you anymore.
Well, I would have been grateful to be laying naked in bed and Paris Hilton knock on my door and join. Perez Hilton? Not so much. But that's fine.
I don't know. You can get kinky.
Not with Perez Hilton. That's fine. Alright, so there you go. That's what the channel's going to be about. It's going to be that type of thing. But that's not what this video's about and not why I wanted to start with it, because people knew it would be like, huh? So we're going to get into what we normally do. So this is what we normally do. I go on the web. I find some news stories. I scribble them down. It's pretty illegible for her. Like, I can read what I wrote sometimes. Sometimes
he's not good with English,
I kind of stumble because I'm like, would you say dumbass? You get my point. My point being, the ideas are there, and I lay them right there. And I try to ramble off, and she has no clue what these stories are, so her reaction is going to be genuine. So,
All right, let's just hear some of them. Let's go.
Okay.
Enough of those. I think everybody gets the point.
I hope so. So this happened in Brazil, which soccer is a big deal. Not so much here in the States. So they have a Division 4. I don't know how many divisions they have. I don't know if 4 is good, bad. I don't know if it's like college. It doesn't really matter. The point being is they have a game coming out of the end. It's a tournament game. So it's a 2-2 score, and apparently the one team comes down the field to score, and they pulled their netminder. I don't really know what goes on. The mascot runs on the field, jumps in front of the net, bam, makes the save. Yay, go mascot, right? Mm-hmm. So the ball rebounds, the next guy kicks it, he saves it again. They go on to win the game. And I'm like, since when is the mascot part of the game? But they allowed it. They actually continued in tournament play with the mascot running on the field and winning the day. Now,
the mascot is the game, though.
No,
that's his whole sole purpose. He's the mascot. He's like, yeah.
No, he is a cheerleader.
Beat him. No, he's not.
In a furry outfit.
Weren't those your cheerleaders in high school?
Perhaps. You're admitting it's a cheerleader. I mean, he's basically a cheerleader in a furry costume.
Okay.
But the point is, they allowed him to go on the field and change the outcome of the game. Now, being that it's Brazil, most stories I hear about Brazilian soccer, there's like mad rush to the field and someone gets stabbed. Why the fuck didn't that raccoon get stabbed?
Raccoon. That was their mascot, a raccoon?
I have no clue what their mascot was. It was a furry animal.
Why did you say raccoon?
Cat? I have a story about a cat.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I do, in Alaska.
Okay, well, I still think that the mascot scoring the goals or protecting the goals or whatever the fuck he did, I still think it's fine.
Do you?
Yeah.
Would it be okay if the cheerleader ran the field and ripped her shirt up and the guy, and the guy's like going to score and he's like, the zing!
What?
Yeah, and all of a sudden we lose the Super Bowl because some cheerleader pulls out her double D's. You'd be like, that is wrong, that is sex. No.
To people everywhere across America who have a Polish descent, I apologize for what I am about to say.
I'm no longer Polish. I'm no longer Polish.
Yeah, you still are. Even if by nationality you are still a retard. So, first of all, a cheerleader is not part of the team. There's some people who stand on the edge and they're like, eh. They don't actually care about the team. The mascot is the whole thing. He's like the driving force of the team. So if he wants to go out and save some goals, and he wants to go and do that, he can.
Because he's a mascot.
And
he has a jersey, right?
What?
He has a jersey.
Why did you do that?
Wear a jersey. Alright, this is a good story. Denver, Colorado, to be specific.
Sure.
Deer Trail, Colorado, which is a suburb of Denver. Their mayor gets this brilliant idea. Hunting season, you can buy your hunting licenses September 1st in most areas. Apparently, Deer Trail is one of them. Licenses go on sale. He wants to raise revenue. So he decides he is going to sell an additional license for drone hunting. $25 a person. 1,000 yahoos paid the $25 to get the additional license. A drone. Like a government unmanned plane. So you sold a license in Denver, Colorado.
How the fuck are you going to put that through a sausage grinder? Who's feeding their family? I don't get that.
Why would you encourage your 1,000 residents to shoot at what they think is drones? They're probably shooting at Flight 666. They're probably, no wonder.
I thought the drones were unmanned.
They are, but they sold licenses to shoot at them. Well, someone's flying them. It's like Call of Duty. They're using a fucking video controller.
I really lost. That story was... I wasn't okay with that story. I don't get it. Anyway, moving on.
Alright, Wisconsin. We all love the cheese.
Cheese!
Yep, that's right.
Like
so, a owner of a golf course gets the idea that he's going to run a special to celebrate 9/11. But he does it by offering rounds of golf for $9.11. I don't know if you can get much more distasteful than that.
It's a little distasteful. But...
He had to close. Because he got death threats.
How much is a round of golf normally?
Well, if you're walking, about $10. So maybe they could save, like, I don't know,
So he was probably doing it to actually... he was probably doing it for the greater good.
There's no greater good. You don't use 9/11 as a reason to
I agree,
sell
but
golf.
I don't think anybody is gonna try and be like. He's probably just trying to be respectful, and it came across badly.
Oh, he totally shit the butt on that. I mean, there's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Yeah, it's rough. I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't feel too good. Makes me feel kind of dirty.
Well, this is the first time this week I saw you in a clean t-shirt.
It's a pretty cool t-shirt, though. Whether it's clean or not, it doesn't really matter.
In 1960, where everybody was hippies and high with banjos.
Hippies. I like hippies.
Of course you do.
What's your favorite song?
What?
What's your favorite song?
Billy Joel, Keeping the Faith.
Well, that's kind of hippie-ish.
No, it's not anywhere close to being a fucking hippie. You're an idiot.
But I thought
It's
you were
not
gonna be
anywhere
like-
close to being a hippie.
I thought you were going to be like Will I or something. Willie? What's that guy? Will I am. Yeah, there we go.
Oh
my
my
point being,
God.
that's what I would have expected. My favorite song. I got to think for about 2 seconds.
Hank Williams
No.
Jr.
No, Touch It Great. Grateful Dead.
I'm grateful that they're dead.
And on that note, welcome to our channel. And, toast.
Okay. We didn't even fucking clink cups. Gay.
Perfect.